Hello everyone, how's your day? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. Today we're diving into some Reddit relationship stories that are sure to spark some interesting thoughts and maybe even a little advice of our own. Let's see what challenges people are facing in their relationships and how they're trying to navigate them. So, grab a drink, sit back, and let's get into it.
How do I deal with my mother's compulsive Marie Kondoing enough to let her back in my place? I've obviously known her my entire life. My mom, 60SF, has some kind of reverse hoarding disorder where she needs to clear everything out of a space. If it exists, it needs to be in a drawer or behind a cabinet. She's constantly bringing things to Goodwill, throwing things out, etc. If random items are visible in an area, she starts to get stressed out. My dad banned her from throwing his tools out, so she hasn't gone in the garage in the last decade. If she's stressed out from something else, she only feels better when she gets rid of items. I spent a large portion of my childhood buying my things back from Goodwill, and it got to a point where the Goodwill didn't touch anything she brought for at least a week, so the family could retrieve it. My mom, of course, thinks this is completely normal and modern people just own too many things and have too many attachments. My dad has a shopping addiction, so minus his tools, they're sort of a well-matched set. Neither of them have any impetus to change how they are. I refuse to let my mom into my place, as an adult as a result. Things came to a head 10 years ago when I had a bunch of telescope lenses sitting on a dresser. Mom sent me a text at work asking me if I was cleaning them. I said no. I got home to find out they'd be brought to Goodwill because she thought they were left out to donate, since she assumed they would have had a place otherwise. I got her a hotel room and told her she couldn't come back inside unless she sought professional help. She responded by willingly staying at a hotel every time she comes to visit and never bringing up this incident. I'm older and getting married, and we intend on having children sooner than later. My mom suddenly expressed concern that I haven't allowed her to stay over in a decade. I reminded her that her throwing things out habit hasn't changed, and I can't leave her unattended in my home. She pointed out she doesn't do this at my brother's house, and I shouldn't be afraid of letting her in mine, though I have a sneaking suspicion it's because my SIL's parents are locally very influential and my mom is afraid of their opinions of her. Notably, she doesn't stay at my brother's for more than 2 or 3 days at a time. And my brother also owns a very large house with rooms they throw a lot of things into before company comes. I have a 2-bedroom apartment and maximalist decorating style, and my fiancé's parents live overseas and don't speak much English. I would love to come have her stay over because aside from this we have a good relationship. I would like her to have a normal grandparent relationship with my future children, and I would also like some live-in help after giving birth. I can't because I can't afford to replace everything I don't put in a drawer. Is there any way to proceed besides leaving the boundary where it is and hoping she changes? TLDR, my mom isn't allowed in my house without medical proof. She won't go Marie Kondo on my stuff. I'd like to let her back in, but she still doesn't believe it's a problem.
It sounds like you're dealing with a tough situation where you want to maintain a healthy relationship with your mom, but can't allow her into your home due to her compulsive behavior. It's understandable that you're setting boundaries to protect your space, especially with a growing family. While you want her to be involved, it's clear that until she acknowledges the issue and gets professional help, the best option may be to maintain that boundary for your peace of mind. Hopefully, with time and understanding, she'll recognize the impact of her actions.
Found out husband has slept with my friend before we started dating. Hello. I am so heartbroken and I need different opinions on my problem. So I, 31F, have had a very, very good friend, 34F, for 10 years. I would say best friend. I always told her everything. Every detail about my relationships and sex life. And she to me too, or I was only thinking that. My rule my whole life was to never be with my friend's ex. Never. I don't like that. I don't like sharing same person with my friends. That's only my opinion and my preferences if anyone is offended. So I started dating my husband, 37M, and my friend was so excited. I knew they were friends before. I told her everything, every detail of our sexual life, and she was so excited for me and encouraged me. So fast forward 5+ years, my husband and I have a long, rough period. And in one fight, he told me my friend has gave him a blowjob. I was shocked. And I have called my friend and asked her, is that the truth? She told why would he say that. And we finished conversation. Today he started a fight and I asked him has he slept with her? And told me yes. A couple of times. I asked her, she confirmed. She told me that was 2 months before we started dating and that she didn't want to tell me. They had talked then and said that they won't tell me that. She confirmed me that he wanted to tell me that at start our relationship and that he didn't want problems one day when we have kids. And she begged him not to tell because that would ruin our friendship. I'm so heartbroken and I don't know how to feel. She knew every detail of our sex life for past 5 years. She knew about every fight, about everything, and she stayed quiet. So was he. I'm so disappointed, shocked,
Betrayed.
the thought she knew how my husband private's parts are and sexual preferences makes me sick. I am aware that he had other girlfriends, and I am all right with that, but I can't feel the other way. Goes the same way for my husband and her private parts and other. So they are the same to blame. The only thing I told her that if she only told me they have been together, I wouldn't be with him. Ever. The reason he told me that is because he saw text messages between us where I spoke with her because of our problems and he lost it and was so mad at her. So I should know who I tell my marriage problems to. Funny, after 5 years. I just feel like a fool. And I don't know how to navigate with both of them. Cut out or not. My feelings are so mixed. TLDR. Husband and almost best friend slept before we started dating. They agreed not to tell me. After 5+ years, my husband told me that in a fight.
This is such a painful and complicated situation. Finding out that your husband and your best friend kept this secret for over 5 years must feel like a double betrayal. Both their decision to hide the truth and the timing of the reveal during an argument only deepen the hurt. It's understandable that you're feeling conflicted, as this secret strikes at the core of trust with both people. To move forward, take time to process your emotions and decide what boundaries or actions will help you heal. Whether that means therapy, distance, or even reconsidering these relationships, it's about prioritizing your peace and well-being.
My boyfriend, 32M, is annoyed that I, 28F, have dinner with my family once a week. How do I communicate to him that this is important to me? I have been with my boyfriend for a little over 2 years. We live in Hawaii and I am from here. I have dinner with my family once a week. He is always invited but comes maybe every 2 to 3 months. He gives me a guilt trip every time I go over for this weekly dinner, saying things like, a dinner you went to last week, or you go every week, you can miss one, which I do if something pops up, you're going to that again? I consider myself very lucky to have so much family here while many transplant people living in Hawaii do not. A lot of the time I feel guilty that I don't spend more time with my family. To my knowledge, my BF doesn't dislike my family. They're not the most active or fun like his family when they visit, but they're still my family and I love and cherish the time with them. He's typically a very level-headed person, so I don't understand why he puts up such a stink about this. How do I communicate with him that my family is a big part of my life? This time with them is important and special to me, and looking into the future, this attitude is very off-putting. I don't want to marry someone who doesn't respect this special time with my family.
It sounds like you value your weekly family dinners deeply and want your boyfriend to understand their importance in your life. His reactions may stem from feeling excluded or perhaps a different approach to family connections, but it's essential to address this calmly. Try expressing how these dinners enrich your life and how much they mean to you, while also reassuring him that your time with family doesn't diminish your commitment to your relationship. Communication is key. Focus on mutual respect and understanding rather than defensiveness. It's also worth exploring why he feels uncomfortable to see if there's a deeper issue.
Best way to meet someone without dating apps? In my 31M personal opinion, dating apps are cancer. Yes, they can work out for some people, but I just feel like it's ultra rare. I'm not in the top 10% off guys, just your average fella. I'd like to think I'm pretty handsome, but nowhere near the top. So for that reason, I just don't think the dating apps are for me. That plus just how awful it makes me feel when I use them. I'm not a very outgoing guy. I work a blue-collar job and it takes a lot out of me. I don't like going to bars or clubs. I do like going to do certain events with friends and family. I'm a guy who just wants to spend his off time relaxing and having innocent fun with a woman he loves. I've only been in 2 long-term relationships in my life, and both of these women I met in non-traditional ways. I just don't know where to start, but I really want to find my person.
If dating apps aren't your thing, that's perfectly fine. There are plenty of alternative ways to meet people organically. Start by focusing on activities you genuinely enjoy, like joining local hobby groups, attending community events, or even volunteering. These are great for meeting like-minded people in a relaxed environment. Since you enjoy spending time with friends and family, let them know you're open to meeting someone. They might introduce you to someone in their circle. Expanding your social network naturally often leads to meaningful connections without the pressure of dating apps. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. If you enjoyed these Reddit relationship stories and found the commentary helpful or entertaining, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. What would you do in these situations? Until next time, stay fine.